So this is really important. So when you get good at this, you're able to learn and take on any contractor in any niche in the home service industry. And so what the
Mhm.
goal is here is to when you get them on the call, which is kind of like a discovery slash strategy call, where you're talking to them and you're determining what their issue is and how and if you can help them and then how you'll be able to help them. And then you're going to
Mhm.
close at the end of it. But you're going to take them through a series of questions that will help you unearth the marketing opportunities that exist within their company and how they run.
Okay.
So, the first thing I would ask an HVAC company or any contractor is, how are you currently making most of your money? Like, what services are you doing that are making you the bulk, the majority of your money? So, what are your most lucrative services slash products, right? And then, an HVAC company might say, inst, you know, heating and cooling systems, like actual like whole installs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then your follow-up question is, how do you get those those jobs?
Mhm.
And here's where some of the answers will come. They'll say, like HVAC people will say, well, a lot of them are past customers. They're in our database. Their systems go up, and we did one of their systems. They have a second one, so that they call us for the second one. Um, and that kind of stuff. They'll say things like, well, for our clients, we send out emails and texts and we make phone calls, before every season. And we ask them if they want to do sort of a checkup of their existing systems. We charge a few $100 for it. We make sure that their
Mhm.
filters are changed. We make sure that their systems are running properly and they're in good shape for the winter that's coming or for the summer if they need cooling. And from those visits, a certain percentage of them result in us diagnosing them with particular issues that need to be fixed or full installations to replace current systems that are just totally not going to be doing it for them. Or we'll sell them other products like air purifiers, ultraviolet light air purifiers and mold and, extinguisher type things and whatever. And so then,
Mhm.
as a marketer, you're like, okay, well, how much do you charge for the checkups? You charge $450. Okay, would you be open to doing that? Would you be open to offering a full system checkup for $250? Like for half price or something? That could be an
Mhm.
offer.
Yeah.
Get your air conditioning, get your AC system completely serviced and audited for the upcoming summer so that there
Yeah.
you don't so that you don't have a day where you don't have cool air blowing through your home. 50% off or something like that. So you can run really cool sales on service, on like maintenance type things that they do to get them to the home. And then obviously you're going to need to talk to them and be like, do you have a good, like, are your sales guys trained to sell, to not, to be completely honest with the homeowner and obviously not sell them things they don't need, but are they trained to identify opportunities to sell them products that would make the sale worth it? That would make going out there for less money worth it. Um, if you got into, if you did a 50% off, maintenance thing and you got into 50 additional homes that you've never been in before, even if you didn't sell them anything and you're playing the long game, would that make you a lot of money over the next 6 to 12 months likely, because 10 of those clients would need a full install or something like that. Okay, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
kind of like framing in their minds what success can look like, both in the short term and the
Yeah.
long term. And then you can just straight up, ask them, how much is a full install? And they're going to tell you, and they're going to say, well, there's lots of different types of installs, different systems, there's blah blah blah. And then you can basically just say, well, you know, I want to, you can kind of just give them an analogy. You want to say, like, I want to apply to your advertising the same strategy that BMW or Mercedes car company uses on their commercials. Um, what would be your entry level price for an entirely new system, and see what that price is, and see if that's something you can use to create an offer with that is pricing centric to get people's attention, like full um, AC installation starting at, you know, or, do you offer financing options? And then, you can do an as low as sort of thing.
Yeah.
Tell me
Mm-hmm.
about one of your clients who, um, tell me about one of your clients who, uh, just got approved for financing for an entirely new system, how much they are paying per month and what they got, and just tell the story in an ad, right? Another thing that's really
Mm-hmm.
interesting is, and this is kind of a similar strategy that I use to get amazing results for a waterproofing company, is, find out if you even really need an HVAC installation. Like, do you really even need a new system?
Oh,
So it's kind of the hope
yeah.
framework, in the sense that you're giving them hope, the right to hope. They're free to have to wishfully think that they don't even really need the whole system they think they might need. Their system is old. They think maybe they should replace it before the summer begins. But maybe you don't. Then maybe it'll get another year or two or three. Maybe it'll last 5 years with a little bit of with a new thing put on it or something, or with a cleaning, or with a repair of some sort, or with a tune-up of some sort, right? So talk to your client about what are there instances when a homeowner suspects they need the install of a new something, but they find out they don't, because it's actually other things that are causing the problem, or the thing they think they need replaced is actually in fine shape, and it just needed a little bit of love from someone who knows what they're doing, right? And this is
Mm-hmm.
applicable to HVAC, waterproofing, roofing, gutters. Do you need new gutters and gutter guards, or do you just need someone to clean out your gutters for you? Like, let me
Mm-hmm.
come over, I'll look at your gutters, and I'll tell you, like, do you really need this, or is
Yeah.
something else going on?
Yeah. How would you structure your ad copies? Like, do you have something written right now for you that you can show?
Okay. So this is really awesome ad copy for the waterproofing company that I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read it to you, and it's for waterproofing, but we can adjust this for HVAC, and I think it's going to be amazing. So here's how it goes. It says, I want to get real with you. One of the most stressful things is trying to find someone you can trust, especially when it comes to your home. And it's doubly true when it comes to water intrusion. Now, you could just change this to, and it's doubly true when it comes to the heating and cooling systems in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only does not having air conditioning when you need it make everyone in the house feel miserable. But there are potential health
Yeah.
hazards as well. Um, do you, you know, it, so, you can just say, you need to take care of it, but who do you trust to tell you the whole story and recommend the best solutions? My name is company owner name,
Mm.
and I've been in the HVAC industry for however many years. Now, remember when I said I wanted to get real with you? Well, here it is. Did you know that sometimes a a cooling unit in your home that doesn't appear to be working well would be would work just fine with a simple tune-up? And
Mhm.
sometimes it's because A, B, and C is going on with it, or D, E, and F. And if it is one of those things, I'll tell you, even though won't make any money doing it. Because at the end of the day, what I do want to do is make a really strong connection with people just like you in our community, because I know that it will it will all come back to me in the end. And then, did you know I started my company when blah blah blah? And here's my promise to you. If there are any signs that your air conditioning unit is not working like it should be, click this ad and fill out the questionnaire on the next page. I'll personally visit your home and do a comprehensive inspection at no cost to you. Then I'll tell you exactly what's going on and how to fix it. What I prescribe will be what is in your best interest, because that's always what's in my best interest. Even if it means my compensation comes in the form of simply knowing that I helped someone solve what would have otherwise been a pretty stressful situation. If this resonates with you, click now and we'll be in touch. And then boom to the landing page. Yeah, when someone reads that, they're like, okay, I'm going to have an HVAC company, a person come over, look at my system. They're going to tell me the God's honest truth. And that makes me
Yeah.
feel really good. Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, and then the
And
headlines. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the headline as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
then the headlines, find out if you even need a new HVAC system. Um, or honest HVAC estimates save thousands. Or if it's a single person business or an owner and his son or something, owner direct HVAC saves you money. Or personal
Mhm.
message from owner name about your HVAC system, right? And you can run all four
Yeah.
of these as variations in one ad as
Mhm.
alternative headlines, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's the gist of of what you could do for HVAC. And
Yeah.
um,
We
does
can
that make
even,
sense?
yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. We can even edit it for any contracting niche as well, right? It's just, adding those pain points. And if you know the industry enough that we can add some stuff in the ad copy to edit, it does make sense that your main focus is just to give a hope that they don't have to spend thousands to get this fixed, right? Their hope that maybe we could get this fixed within, from an honest person, will get a, just like a doctor's prescription. We see a wound, we think that it's really, really bad, but we have a hope that a doctor could probably, tell us that it's not really that deep of a wound, something like that. I don't know if that even makes sense.
No, it does. Like when you think there's a problem, there's
Yeah.
a part of you that hopes it's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what what we can do as marketers is we can position our clients as the people who are giving permission to the homeowner to be hopeful.
So hopeful. Yeah.
It's the permission to be hopeful where
Yeah.
this marketing can be so powerful for homeowners because with that permission to be hopeful comes trust. And you want to be around people who make you feel hopeful and good about your situation, not people who are
Hmm.
negative Nancy's who are telling you it's
Yeah.
always the worst thing. Like
Hmm.
you're not going to trust the roofer that says, you don't realize it, but there's probably a ton of damage on your roof, you know,
Yeah.
like, have me out there so I can tell you how horrible everything is. No, have me out there so I can tell you how good everything is. Don't you want
Yeah.
to know how good it is?
Hmm.
Yes, you come over here. I want to know the good shit. Tell
Yeah.
me how good
You
everything is.
don't have to spend 15,000 probably on a new roof.
Yeah,
Maybe you could get away with spending just 1,000 and repair the roof.
right, exactly. And
Yeah.
only a roofer that would be honest with about what's good would
Mhm.
be honest about what isn't good.
Yeah.
But a roofer that would only tell you what's bad wouldn't want to tell you what's good because he hopes everything is
Yeah.
bad, right? The
Hmm.
contractor who hopes everything is good and is excited to tell you it's good is going to also be the guy that gets up there and go, listen, I came over here really hoping to give you good news, but I wouldn't
Hmm.
sleep tonight if I went to bed knowing that your roof was in this condition without you knowing about it, or that
Yeah.
your AC was in this condition without you knowing about it. You've got a kid in the house, you've got a 2-month-old baby. I know your wife is up all throughout the night with the
Hmm.
baby. If it's too hot, the baby can't sleep. If it's too cold, the baby can't sleep. You're going to have an issue any minute. Your
Hmm.
system's a mess. It's beyond repair. I opened it up. It's just it's old. It's that you've had it for 15 years. It's past the point of no return. I really
Hmm.
think you should get a new system.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. And then they'll say, I'm glad we had you out here. I don't want to be up with a baby who's sweating, and is
Hmm.
miserable because it's summer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. So I got about two, yeah, I got about three ideas from you for ad copy structure, right? One is obviously a tune up, right? Get them inside. Because I mean, you said about 250, right? I checked some ad library, right? I checked for HVAC systems, especially heating and cooling and furnace, right? They had the offer for like a $99 a checkup, $75 checkup, a tune up, sorry. So what do you think about that, or is that too low?
I think
If the
you
client
have to,
agrees.
yeah, you have to talk to the HVAC company,
Yeah.
and when you're talking to them, you can talk to them about these different types of offers that work.
Mhm.
And then basically you're
Uh-huh.
just talking about the price of the
Yeah.
offer that they would agree to.
Yeah.
And you basically explain, it's a numbers game. Obvious, like you factor in, like if you have to pay your technician $100 every time he goes to someone's house out of the owner's pocket,
Yeah.
$100 for a house call, it's $100. So if you say, okay, we're gonna do it for $50, that means you as the owner, you're gonna have to pay $50 out of your pocket extra to have to send him out there because the homeowner is not paying for him to come out, or as only paying half.
Mhm.
But you
Yeah.
factor that into the lead cost, right? So if I'm getting you leads for $50 and you're also spending $50 by making your tune up 50% off. So you got into a
Mhm.
house for $100, right? That's awesome. Because how many houses do you need to get into to sell a full system? Five? So you say, would you spend $500 to install an entirely new system? Absolutely, you would.
Mhm.
Let's do that a million times. And they'll be like, all right, that makes
Mhm.
sense. Right.
Yeah.
Um, um, so you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
you can create scarcity with it too. You can say, you know,
Yeah. Just for limited spots. Yeah.
limited, yeah,
For maybe this
exactly.
month. Or
Limited
yeah.
to 10 per month or
Mhm.
something like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
8 left,
Yeah.
or
Hmm.
6
Yeah.
left or
So
something.
we got about this, cheaper tune-up option, limit time. One is, as low as I can literally just, edit out the roof as low as add copy and make it for a HVAC. And the third one is the Hope framework that you gave me, right? These are the three types of ads we could run, right?
Yeah, and the Hope framework, you can even mix it with like the story aspect of things that
Yeah,
I teach in the Hope
yeah,
framework course, where
hmm
it's like,
yeah,
we were able to save this homeowner
yeah.
X amount of dollars, or we were
Actually,
able to,
yeah.
yeah.